solar industry. Given the strong innovations that the industry is showing in the rooftop solar space. In this event, we'll discuss Gujarat Solar Power Policy 2021, key challenges and opportunities in PV rooftop segment, technology advancements and investor perspective in commercial, industrial and residential space. This webinar will draw a healthy mix of audience from all the stakeholders comprising of senior decision makers from the world's leading manufacturers, experts, government developers and key others. Now I'd like to take the pleasure to thank our sponsor, Make in India partner, Sangro India Private Limited for extending their immense support to organize this event. And now, without any delay, let's begin our session, and this session will be starting with a very interesting sponsor presentation by Mr. Rajan Munjal from Sangro India Private Limited. Welcome on the screen, Rajan sir.
Thank you, Twinkle. Hi everyone. This is Rajan Munjal and I'm heading the General Sales Division for Sangro India Market. And I'll take some minutes of yours just to show you what we are doing in India. I hope everyone can see. So, I'll give you a brief about Sangro overall globally and Indian market. So, Sangro is the only company from last 2 years. We are from last 2 years 100% bankable, recognized by Bloomberg and EF, and we are actually based out of city named Hefei from China, and this company has started like more than 20 years back by a college professor. So if you look at our management team, maximum of the people is from the technical background. So this is the technocrat driven company, not the manager or run by real proper MBS. So we are a technical company. From last 20 years, we are basically dedicatedly working for renewable sector, majorly into power conversion segment, which is solar inverters. And if you look at the extension footprints which we have in the entire global, we have deployed more than 182 gigawatt of inverters till now, and this has been installed in more than 150 countries. And talking about services, we have 200 plus service outlets across globe. And having said that, we started from China, but firstly we went to Europe to test our product, and we have been recognized from Germany itself. From last 10 years, we are one of the top major suppliers in Europe. And then when we see our progress, we went to across globe. And in India, approx 5 to 7 years back, we started our Indian supply, and if you see now in across globe, everywhere our product is getting accepted, including America, Asia, South Asian countries like Vietnam, Australia, etc. So this is some of the installation which we have in 182 gigawatt installation. Talking about the latest capacity which we have across globe, in China we have 80 gigawatt plus capacity of it's a state-of-art manufacturing facility from China, and we have we have a factory in India also. From last 2 years or 3 years, so we are making India products from India itself, because we recognize India as a strategic market for entire Sangro, because we wanted to become the local company. And now we are shifting into 10 gigawatt factory. So soon, in couple of months, even central inverter, string inverter, residential inverter, whatever. So we are going to manufacturing in India itself. And we have a ESS factory also, which is 6 gigawatt of annual capacity. Talking about core technology in permanent power of Sangro, we have we always believe making investment R&D would always suffice your targets. So we invest maximum in R&D segment. If you look at the technical personals which we have, it is like more than 40% of people belongs to R&D, which is like highest number among in the industry. And we have filed more than 3,100 of cumulative patents, which itself is the proof where we are investing in R&D segment only. Talking about Sangro India itself, we started our Indian market. We entered Indian market with a project which is from 5 gigawatt of annual capacity, which was a German EPC, which actually invented in India, us in India with the first project in Badla, and it is now more than 7 years now. These inverters are running perfectly fine. In 2015, we have dispatched our first central inverter project, and 2017 we crossed first time 1 gigawatt shipment in India itself. So when we realized that Indian market is going very fast, so we thought to start our Indian manufacturing facility in Bangalore itself. In 2018 we started that. In 2019 we were actually exporting products from Indian markets also. So we are not just keeping it for Indian territory itself, but we are catering neighboring countries plus US market. So the kind of manufacturing setup we have, it's actually helping us to go to global market also, where the suitability is there from India itself only. 2020 we crossed 5 gigawatt of shipment. In 2021 we will expect more than 11 gigawatt of shipment from India itself. So there are many magazines which you can see who always recognize Sangro as a top inverter brand in India. Talking from 2020 in Marcom, in majorly all the magazine we become number one market share, which is having approx 30% of market share from India. As the days goes, as the number will grow, so we have more than 2,800 plus days, which is more than 6 years now in India, where inverters are running perfectly fine. In hot desert areas also, where it is Rajasthan, Gujarat. So 9.5 gigawatt shipment is already done in today's date, which is equal to 27,000 numbers of inverters already installed in India. So we have covered more than 20 already, and now in India we have 250 plus local jobs. So the kind of jobs we are creating in Indian market from the Indian facility itself. So it is shown that how Sangro is dedicated towards India. So this is the Indian factory where we are shifting it to 10 gigawatt of production capacity, which is located in Bangalore. And Indian factory achievement till date is we have shipped 11 gigawatt shipment from India and overseas both, and 16,000 inverter it's been manufactured already in India and overseas in India itself. And Make in India inverter, it is like 30 plus model we are already manufacturing in India, and we have created more than 250 jobs for Indian. And biggest service network, if you see, we have more than 35 plus itself in-house engineers, where we are catering the Indian market itself across India, and we have 10 plus warehouse and repair center in India, where we are actually targeting Indian service. And we have more than 2 to 3 third-party companies, plus we have a dedicated, a regional-based distributor who helps us out to reach out to tier 2, tier 3 cities also. So always a good product can only can suffice the right product. So we have a utility products starting the range from 250 kilowatt of string inverter, and then 3125 of central inverter, and we have ordered into the 5 megawatt also. In C&I we are already manufacturing 3350 100 CX models, and residential we are now entering into residential market. However, it is tough, we know, for Gujarat market also, but then we are ready with the product for 5, 6, 8, 10 kilowatt, and soon we are going to launch our single phase inverters. So monitoring wise, we have subsidized or in-house monitoring solutions, where we offer app-based solutions and the right products for Indian market. So this is the product which is actually the most powerful inverter, and launched with a 250 kilowatt inverter, where you can use it in hilly terrain area, or now people are using into flat terrain also, because string inverter is now getting more promoted. So we are also doing R&D to how to make optimize with the right product and the technology in string inverter also. So this is a utility where we always propose the flat terrain, where 3.125 and 5 megawatt products, it's actually there to cater the megawatts of installations in India. In C&I, we are doing already good in C&I segment where we have 33, 50, 100 kilowatt of inverter, and then we have residential solution up to starting from 5 to 20 kilowatt. And for Indian market, if you see, we have already shown the right products for Indian market, which is 5 to 20 kilowatt residential C&I and utility products. So these are some of the recognition which we already get from Indian market, where we are getting good recognition from the all the magazines and media centers. So we are not just doing selling purpose also, but we are, having said, we are dedicated for Indian market. So we are doing CSR activities also, where we are going to plantation of more trees, so that carbon can goes down, and pure oxygen can comes out. So we are doing CSR activities in this segment also. So how the people engage, if you see in where COVID was there, so we were working from home also. So this Indian team dedicated working for entire India market to manage and to provide the best service for Indian market. Thank you. So this is all about Sandro. I hope late we can also discuss more about it. Twinkle, I think you're on mute, so you can please unmute yourself.
ट्विंकल यू आर ऑन म्यूट. ट्विंकल अपना माइक चेंज ऑन करो. Not able to listen you. Twinkle, your mic is not working. You are on mute.
Hello.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yes. So actually, Twinkle is facing some kind of network issues. So I will be hosting the rest of the event today. So first of all, thank you so much for such a great presentation, and it was really insightful. And now, can we show some excitement for the event? Are we ready to start with the most exciting part of the day? Are you with me, everyone? Please show some excitement. That's great. All these emojis and emoticons are really motivating. So now I know everyone is with me. So let's begin. And it's time to begin with our much awaited panel discussion, which is on rooftop and small scale utility solar market outlook, Gujarat 2021. And to discuss this, we have in the panel with us Mr. Manish Bagadia from Grace Renewable Energy Private Limited, Mr. Shobit Roy from Prozeer Infra Engineering Private Limited, Mr. Kared Nyanach from Shashwat Clean Tech, Mr. Hardik Vyas from Enerpac Energy Private Limited, Mr. Sohail Patel from Kanora Energy System Private Limited, Mr. Anurag Mittal from Zodiac Energy, and Mr. Rajan Munjal from Sungrow Power Supply Limited. Now I welcome all the panelists on the screen and requesting Manish sir to take the discussion ahead and lead the discussion. The screen is all yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanshi, for this. Good afternoon, friends, and I welcome all of you in this rooftop and small scale utility solar market outlook. And I would also like to thank Solar Quarter for giving me this opportunity. Friends, लास्ट 9 महीने गुजरात के लिए और इंडिया के सोलर के लिए काफ़ी एक्साइटिंग एज वेल एज चैलेंजिंग रहे हैं. पिछले 2 साल तो खैर पूरे वर्ल्ड के लिए चैलेंजिंग रहे हैं ड्यू टू कोविड, लेकिन अगर मैं गुजरात के रेफरेंस में बात करूं तो गुजरात के रेफरेंस के अंदर पिछले 9 महीने काफ़ी चैलेंजिंग रहे हैं. गुजरात की पॉलिसी, सोलर पॉलिसी जो है 31 मार्च 2020 को खत्म होने वाली थी. ऑल ऑफ सडन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात ने पॉलिसी 29/12 को खत्म. उसके बाद में क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर में बताता हूँ कि हमारे लिए चैलेंजिंग क्या हो रहा है, कहाँ कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, और डिटेल के अंदर फिर बाद में हमारे साथ में एक्सपर्ट्स पैनल है, उनसे हम चर्चा करेंगे. ब्रीफ के अंदर फिर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का डायरेक्शन आ जाता है 31/12 को कि 10 किलोवाट से ऊपर का ग्रॉस मीटरिंग में जाएगा. उसके बाद में देन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जो है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात जो है, उसका जर का ड्राफ्ट आता है 10 किलोवाट से ऊपर जो नेट मीटरिंग का रूफटॉप का इनका था, उसके अंदर चेंज करने के लिए 29/6 को आता है। सेम डे के अंदर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का आता है 500 किलोवाट का करने के, 500 किलोवाट मिनिमम नेट मीटरिंग का करने के लिए। और अभी हम सब लोग गुजरात के अंदर जर्क के ऑर्डर का वेट कर रहे हैं कि वो कितने किलोवाट का हमको परमिशन देता है। टेक्निकली आज की तारीख में गवर्नमेंट गुजरात के अंदर सोलर रूफटॉप 10 किलोवाट से ऊपर अगर है तो वो ग्रॉस मीटरिंग के ऊपर है। ये थोड़ा सा एक हमारे यहाँ पे गुजरात के अंदर चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन चल रही है। अगर मैं पॉलिसी के रेफरेंस अगर एक ओवरऑल अगर हम देखें तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात का जो फोकस हमें लगता है अभी, हालांकि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात पूरी चेंज हो गई है ऑल ऑफ सडन, और ये शायद सोलर पॉलिसी के लिए एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि अच्छा होने वाला है हम लोग, जो हमको इंडिकेशंस मिल रहे हैं। इसके अंदर अभी जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गुजरात का अभी तक का जो फोकस था वो फोकस था रेजिडेंशियल के अंदर करने का 10 किलोवाट से नीचे वाला, उसके अंदर सब्सिडी का काम, सब्सिडी वो लोग काफी दे रहे हैं। इसके अलावा एग्रीकल्चर पंप में काफी अच्छा गुजरात में काम हुआ है, और अदरवाइज जो अपना रिवर्स बिडिंग वाला है वो काम काफी हो रहा है। लेकिन गवर्नमेंट का फोकस जो 8 रुपए यूनिट पर यूनिट जो देते हैं पैसा पावर परचेज कर रहे हैं, उनको एनकरेज करने का नहीं है। ये हमको उनकी सोलर पॉलिसी के बेसिस के ऊपर आइडिया लगता है। सोलर पॉलिसी का एकदम ब्रीफ जो मैं आपको बताऊं तो उसके अंदर अगर रेजिडेंशियल की मैं बात करता हूं तो रेजिडेंशियल गुजरात में अच्छा है। अभी काफ़ी हम लोगों को इसके अंदर लोगों का एक्सेप्टेंस लेवल काफ़ी अच्छा हो गया है। आज के 7 साल पहले जब मैं इस इंडस्ट्री में आया था तो हमको ये समझाना पड़ता था कि सोलर से बिजली बन सकती है। आज के तारीख में अगर आप कहीं भी किसी भी 10 माले की या 8 माले की बिल्डिंग पर चले जावे तो आप चारों बाजू नजर दौड़ाएंगे तो बहुत सारी, बल्कि वो ऐसा कहूँगा तो अच्छा ठीक रहेगा कि काफ़ी कम छतें खाली बची हुई है जिन पे सोलर लगना बाकी है। तो एज फार एज रेजिडेंशियल इज कंसर्न गुजरात की पॉलिसी काफ़ी अच्छी है, उसके ऊपर चल रहा है। और अगर मैं C&I की बात करूँ तो पहले 50% हमारे यहाँ पे अलाउड था। अभी जो एज पर नई पॉलिसी है जिसका काफ़ी सारे आउट ऑफ स्टेट से भी हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, मैं देख पा रहा हूँ टोटल 80 पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं अभी, उसमें काफ़ी सारे बाहर के भी होंगे। तो उनके लिए अगर मैं बताऊँ तो आज की तारीख के अंदर एज पर जो करंट पॉलिसी है उसके अंदर अगर आप अदर देन रूफटॉप की मैं बात करूँ, जो मेजर क्लाइंट जो मेजर कस्टमर हैं अगर उनको व्हीलिंग एंड ट्रांसमिशन करना है उसके लिए कोई भी लिमिट किसी भी तरीके की नहीं है। आप एक जगह पावर लगा के दे दीजिए, इसको व्हीलिंग करके दूसरी जगह ले लीजिए इंडस्ट्रियल एंड कमर्शियल के अंदर, तो उसका जो है आपको कोई भी लिमिट नहीं है। लेकिन लिमिट उन्होंने डाल दी है कि सुबह 7 बजे से लेके शाम को 6 बजे तक आपका जो भी पावर कंज्यूम होगा वो आप सोलर से कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद का जो भी पावर रहेगा कंपलसरी आपको ग्रिड से लेना रहेगा। तो अगर कोई भी ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं जो दिन भर में ही चलती है तो वो अपना 100% पावर सोलर पावर जो है वो अपना पावर सोलर से कंज्यूम कर सकती हैं और अपनी कॉस्ट कम कर सकती है। और उन्होंने इसके साथ साथ जो भी मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि उनका इंटेंशन, गवर्नमेंट का इंटेंशन C&I को ज़्यादा प्रमोट करना नहीं है रूफटॉप के लिए या दूसरे के लिए, उसके लिए उन लोगों ने उसके ऊपर बैंकिंग चार्जेस लगा दिया है। पहले हमारे यहाँ पे गुजरात के अंदर जो है मंथली बिलिंग साइकिल के ऊपर बैंकिंग होती थी और सेटलमेंट नेट बिलिंग होती थी, वो अभी नहीं है। अब हमारे यहाँ पे डेली बिलिंग साइकिल है 7 AM to 6 PM, मतलब आपको शाम को 6 बजे आपका हिसाब क्लियर करके जाना है। और बैंकिंग चार्जेस उन्होंने लगा दिए हैं, अगर आप MSME हैं तो ₹1.10 और अगर आप नॉन MSME हैं तो ₹1.50 आपको देना है। इसके अलावा अगर आपका जनरेशन ज़्यादा रहता है, कंजम्पशन कम रहता है, तो अगर आप MSME है तो उसका ₹2.25 का आपको शाम को आपके खाते में क्रेडिट हो जाएगा, मंथली क्रेडिट होगा पर आप उसके लिए एलिजिबल हो जाएंगे। और अगर आप नॉन MSME हैं तो आपको 75% ऑफ टैरिफ डिस्कवर्ड है वो हो जाएगा। इस केस में अगर कोई किसी फैक्ट्री का वीकली ऑफ होता है तो उसको जो है ₹2.25 के बेसिस के ऊपर ही उसको MSME के केस में उसको पावर का पैसा मिलेगा। लेकिन अगर यही आपका इन केस ऑफ रूफटॉप है तो आपको अभी, क्योंकि नेट मीटरिंग जर्क का ऑर्डर आना फाइनल बाकी है, अभी आज की तारीख में प्रोजेक्ट्स लग रहे हैं लेकिन अंडरटेकिंग के साथ लग रहे हैं, प्रोविजनल एग्रीमेंट के साथ लग रहे हैं कि जो भी जर्क का ऑर्डर आएगा वो मान्य होगा। जर्क का ऑर्डर अगर 500 किलोवाट का आया या कोई नई टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन आई या 1 मेगावाट का आया, जो भी आएगा वो आपको मान्य रखना होगा। तो हम लोग जो भी यहाँ पे प्रोमिनेंट प्लेयर्स हैं C&I के अंदर वो अभी प्रोजेक्ट्स को होल्ड पे रखे हुए हैं। सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स को कि भाई अभी, क्योंकि ये एक लटकती हुई तलवार जैसा है जिसके अंदर आपके ऊपर जर का जो भी ऑर्डर आवे उसके बेसिस के ऊपर आपको आगे पैसा भरना पड़ सकता है। कंफ्यूजन अभी हमारे पे चल रहा है इसके ऊपर। गवर्नमेंट ने एज पर सोलर पॉलिसी तो थर्ड पार्टी अलाउ कर दिया है, थर्ड पार्टी सेल गवर्नमेंट ने गुजरात में अलाउ कर दिया है, लेकिन बहुत सारे इफ्स एंड बट्स हैं। उन इफ्स एंड बट्स के अलावा उन्होंने कुछ टैक्सेस लगा दिए हैं, कुछ चार्जेस लगा दिए हैं, जिससे पूरा का पूरा थर्ड पार्टी अनवायबल हो जाता है। जैसे उन्होंने क्रॉस सब्सिडी सरचार्ज लगा दिया है ₹1.48, चाहे वो रूफटॉप के ऊपर थर्ड पार्टी हो कि चाहे वो आपका ग्राउंड माउंटेड पे बिलिंग के केस में हो तो भी। एडिशनल सरचार्ज जो है 50 पैसा लगा दिया है, टोटल ₹2 का सरचार्ज है, प्लस आपको बैंकिंग चार्ज देना है। तो इस तरीके से ये भी सब अगर सेम डिस्कॉम में है तो जैसे ही आपका डिस्कॉम, गुजरात में 6 डिस्कॉम है, अगर एक डिस्कॉम से दूसरे डिस्कॉम में जाते हैं फिर दूसरे काफी सारे चार्जेस हैं, तो अगर हम वो देखते हैं तो ये चीज अनवायबल हो जाती है। इसी तरीके से सरकार ने जो एक एक्सेस डीपी करके हमारी एक स्कीम आई थी ₹2.83 की, उसके अंदर कैपिटल सब्सिडी और इंटरेस्ट सब्सिडी देना था, उसके ऊपर उन्होंने उसको विड्रॉ कर लिया और पूरी स्कीम को अनवायबल कर दिया। तो अभी हम समझते हैं कि ये सारा काम किया हुआ था पुरानी मिनिस्ट्री का, अब मिनिस्टर चेंज हुए हैं तो हम होप करते हैं कि नया कुछ आना चाहिए। अब ये था एक पॉलिसी के बारे में एकदम ब्रीफ। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट मिस्टर करण डंगायत to present his views about how it will influence and create new opportunities for the rooftop and small scale segment, or maybe any other topic which he would like to speak.
Okay, thank you, Manish bhai. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope I am audible. And thank you to Solar Quarter for holding this session. I think after a pretty long break. Gujarat as well as other parts of the country have been going through some amount of confusion over the last 3-4 months about metering. There has been an additional confusion in Gujarat because of SSDSP and the entire whatever we've been reading about it in the newspapers from the subsidy perspective. But essentially, not to repeat anything that Manish ji has already covered, because he's already covered almost the entire chronology of this year. But in order to see two opportunities,
पापा को फोन करके बोला ना स्टेशन पे रुकना है।
कौन से स्टेशन पे?
प्लीज सर, प्लीज आप सब लोग अपना अपना माइक ऑफ कर दीजिए प्लीज।
I would request all the other speakers to turn off their mic.
वही स्टेशन
I have muted. Apologies for that.
No problem. So there are two things which I wanted to propose today to look forward to in the state of Gujarat. One was that about 3 weeks ago I had a short conversation with one of the officials from our policy makers in Gujarat, and I was asking them that why is behind the meter not allowed in Gujarat? Behind the meter installations, which is usually happening in Rajasthan or Maharashtra or Madhya Pradesh or other states. So Gujarat as a state is quite advanced in energy sector, so that is obviously a very, very big advantage, but it can also be sometimes a disadvantage for people like us. But the behind the meter has never been allowed in Gujarat, and I proposed to the official and their team that, why don't you look at a solution whereby अभी 500 किलोवाट तो I think नक्की है कि 500 किलोवाट ही आएगा गुजरात में, because we cannot go against the national norm of Ministry of Power. But if somebody wants to do beyond 500 kilowatts, so why not you allow behind the meter kind of installation for those for beyond 500 kilowatt, because then the capacity which is going to reduce significantly in Gujarat of solar installations will not reduce that significantly. So suppose if I have a large industry and I have a stable power consumption in the day, I can install 750 kilowatt behind the meter and 500 kilowatt in net meter. And this 750 kilowatt behind the meter also, I am preparing an economics. So I am preparing an Excel sheet which I am going to submit to the officials, that what are the kind of economics and the losses which will be borne for the DISCOM if we install behind the meter. And then we will look at banking charges which can be proposed on behind the meter so that it can be allowed. So banking charges have already been proposed of in Gujarat in the current policy. They are essentially nothing but a way of recovering losses for the distribution companies, which is a fair thought. Because अभी सोलर उस लेवल पे आ गया है that 2.25 rupees, 2.5 rupees में अगर पावर जनरेट होता है over the life cycle of 15 years, तो 1.2 rupees, 1.3 rupees probably revenue sharing can be done as against paying 7 rupees. So I am working on an economics where behind the meter also a note will be prepared and submitted, and probably we'll see if that is kind of initially accepted, and then if it is accepted, then I will come back to the federations and the associations and asking for your help so that we can propose this, so that the capacity जो कम होने वाली लग रही है of solar in Gujarat वो इतनी कम ना हो. We also have a new avenue of doing business, but it will be monitored by the government. So we'll have all the modems, all the everything being monitored. So that was my only submission as far as new opportunities goes. Rest of the things I think the other speakers will already cover. So I'll end whatever I have to say right here. Thank you.
थैंक यू करण जी. आपने जो आपका सजेशन दिया बिहाइंड द मीटर वाला, मेरा एक आपसे रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा, जो आप एक्सेल शीट बनाते हैं वो जो भी आप प्रेजेंटेशन बना रहे हैं वो शेयर कीजिए, साथ के साथ सोलर क्वार्टर से भी शेयर कीजिए. सो अपने जो उनका प्रिंट मीडिया है उसके थ्रू एंड डिफरेंट गवर्नमेंट जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं उसके अंदर हम जो है इसको प्रपोज कर सकें थ्रू directly as well as through our association. Thank you for your presentation. Now I would request Hardik Vyas. Hardik Vyas is representing the company NRPEP, and they are doing very good into the C&I sector, and they are doing, apart from the Gujarat, they are doing big projects into the Maharashtra and other states as well. So Hardik ji, what is your views on the today's topic? Please. Your voice is not coming. You are on mute.
Thank you, Manish ji, for giving the opportunity, and thank you, Solar Quarter, for inviting. Yeah, it's good to be connected to the industry guys on a common platform. We had a recent meeting at REI. Some of us we kind of got gathered, and we're just sharing backstage that I mean, it looks from outside that solar guys are like really strong. So the frequency of challenges that were coming previously probably yearly or biannually is coming monthly now, or probably multiple challenges in a month. Now today we heard about GST, the policy, state policy is in a fix. We don't know what to do. I think I mean, just to comment on a broad level that wherever, not in Gujarat, but wherever this kind of policy changes happen or amendments happen in certain acts, the only relaxation what we need is government has to understand there is a gestation period for a particular project. If I talk about CNI, let's say about 500 kilowatt, it's about 3 to 4 months from the time client plans the investment and the plant gets commissioned. So point is, yes, they can introduce something new suddenly, but a yardstick cannot be same for all. Somebody who plans an investment today versus somebody planned an investment in a previous regime. So point is, fine, if GRC wants to come with an amendment, be reasonable and treat the guys who have applied in the month of June after waiting for 6 months for a new policy related order. You have to give them sufficient time, 2 months, 3 months to commission on a fair ground, and then treat the new projects with a new clause. Because already we saw that transition from 2015 to 2021 cost all the industrial customer about 20% of their variable cost saving. Still they accepted it happily, and did not make much of a noise even before, even though the what I call is the meter availability was kind of pretty prolonged for about 6-8 months. We heard the letters were issued from DISCOMs that don't connect your plant till you get the meter.
बंद ऑनलाइन
capacity is 7.5%. For Gujarat, it is 20%. The power cost in Maharashtra is much higher than Gujarat. So, we are very conservative there. The capacity cap has been removed, but the capacity cap within premise is still 1 megawatt AC. Absence of behind the meter, as Mr. Karan said, is also a big step, because a lot of industries like glass, ceramics, textiles, they don't need, and they are happily able to pay the banking charge and still utilize their within premise space to reduce their power cost. Banking charge of 1.5, though it looks slightly unreasonable, but having covered that, the losses, I think they should be fair enough to allow different models like OPEX. I don't see practically will happen, because you were saying the additional surcharge is not 50 paisa now, it's 69 paisa. Because there was a small error. If you read the GRC website, it's a funny thing. They represented that there was a small error in the formula, because of which 51 paisa was derived, which is now corrected, and 69 paisa. So it's 18 paisa more now. So things are not looking good. So particularly Gujarat, you can't do OPEX. You can't do more than 1 megawatt subject to any new policy provision. It may get curtailed to 500 kilowatt or anything other than that. Open access, again, third-party models are not at all viable, be it open access or within premise. So point is, your hands are kind of really tied down. And I think today or yesterday newspaper in Rajasthan, somebody shared on LinkedIn that, because of the cost difference in power cost, a lot of investment has shifted from Rajasthan to the neighboring state. Now, point is, we have to understand the scenario of industries as a whole. A ceramic industry or an auto industry or textile industry, they're already reeling under pressure. If we tie it down so much, don't allow them to control their power cost, their competitiveness is not there. We hear textile guys in Gujarat saying that even if I reduce 50 paisa per unit, I can beat Tamil Nadu competition. The auto guys are shifting their premises by 40-50 kilometers, because whatever 10-20 paisa it reduces in their overall cost, they can somehow survive in the market. And after COVID, we have seen that a lot of industries have gone through difficult times. So I think it is a time rather to be kind of a free market economy. Discoms and government can try and collect certain losses they foresee. They are right, but even after collecting those losses or recovering those losses, they can't put so many restrictions. It can be either ways. Either you put restrictions and don't recover anything like the previous policy, or you start recovering but allow the free market economies, allow the outside investor. Why is it that a consumer has to invest? Why can't they leverage a cheaper capital just to reduce the power cost? I mean, once you define the capacity within premise. So all these, I don't know. I mean, they're not logical. They don't have any explanation. But it's the power sector always had a political influence, and we see solar coming under that scrutiny heavily. And we will see that going forward, because solar looks like a milking cow. So let the government milk by way of increasing tax or duties or not allowing you to reduce your power cost. But yeah, I think there has to be some sort of reason to come at certain level. Or I'm even of advocating that let us bring the common policy now. If every state is to follow CERC, then let CERC decide the policy. Because if states feel that they don't want to do anything different than CERC, then let CERC form a uniform policy across all states and union territories. And it will be easier, because if you go to MP or Maharashtra, you have different evacuation rules, different policy rules. In MP, you can do behind the meter.